I've cleaned over 100 customers' trash cans, and if I would have known these 3 things I'm going to break down in this video in the very beginning, I would be years ahead by now. Trash can cleaning is an extremely simple service that doesn't come with a lot of equipment cost, doesn't come with a lot of equipment maintenance, and with a little bit of added experience, you could be making thousands of dollars a month. Stick around to the end of the video because what I'm about to expose would set you ahead of the entire competition. Coming up at the first thing that I actually found the most amount of problems with, specifically with trash can cleaning, is the absolute fine line that they set with price points. And no, I'm not talking about specifically business owners, I'm not even talking about can cleaners, I'm talking about customers. There's this fine line that if you hit a customer with the wrong kind of price, you're getting ghosted immediately. They're not even going to test your quote. Which this is something that I've experienced a ton of all kinds of different small service businesses that I've ran, especially working with other people. But as a business owner, we know that there's a lot that actually goes into these things, such as travel cost, equipment cost, maintenance of my vehicle, maintenance of my equipment, and of course that's not going into the customer's service price, but I have to travel to them and provide the service. In can cleaning specifically, things have to be set up and prepared in order for you to go out and do jobs. So your chemical mixture has only probably got about 10, 15, 20 jobs in it. So once you're done with that, you got to go buy more chemicals. Now you might have to buy a new 2-gallon sprayer, but you need to find specifically what works in your area and you need to hold tight to it, because trust me, you don't want to lose out on 100% of your leads because people don't like $1 or $5 towards their conceived idea of you ripping them off. 𝗤𝘂𝗂 is incredible, especially if you need help keeping up with customers, sending estimates, invoices, or collecting payments. Give 𝗤𝘂𝗂 a try for free. Just click the link in the comment section and the description of this video. 𝗤𝘂𝗂 is also the fastest way to send estimates, invoices, and secure payment from your customers, and even providing you with real-time business analytics such as close ratio, sales, and expense tracking. Number 2, something I get questioned often, extremely often, probably the most asked question about mobile detailing and trash can cleaning is, do I need an extreme setup? Do I need to buy a 200-gallon water tank to go on a trailer that I have to go pick up and pull to every single job? And the answer is no. Oddly, more often than not, I find that customers actually tip me way better because I'm not a huge commercial service servicing 100 other people in their neighborhood or the neighborhoods around them. And they even assume off the bat, even from quoting and messaging, they assume that you don't have a crazy operation and that you're going to need to use their utilities. And how you and I would imagine that conversation going as a business owner, trying to ask the customer, hey, can we please use your water? Can we please use your power? It doesn't even go that way. The customers approach you and want to offer you those things because you're already being so convenient bringing your service to them. Enough, the customer feels way more comfortable. They feel like they want to make it as convenient as possible for you because you're making it as convenient as possible for them. So now I save on all this equipment cost, all this travel cost, as well as the difficulty of having to schedule all of my jobs in one single day, because now I have to go pick up the trailer, pick up the water tank, somehow fill it up with 200 gallons of water, and get all this preparation done. That way I could run my setup at a much smaller, low cost to entry style and make as much money as I want with a side hustle. So once again, customers are going to actually save you money while paying you money. You just have to make it clear what you need. And number 3, as a business owner, this is the worst one to hear, and it's that you cannot ask too many questions. Now, hey, maybe I just have the wrong demographic of customer, maybe I have the wrong price range and I'm targeting the wrong kind of people that aren't allowing me to ask questions, get intel, and understand what I'm coming into at the job. But to give you guys an example, I come from a mobile detailing background. That's the business I started before trash can cleaning, before I realized that they were honestly one and the same. But in that kind of business, you need to be very aware of what you're coming into. That way you can charge and quote for a time process, just for the difficulty and the labor, if they have a lot of dog hair, or if it's just extremely muddy and extremely nasty. There were specific times where this actually did not come in handy. This was very difficult and it made the jobs last even longer. It made me want to charge even more money, and assuming that they would tip me because they didn't allow me to know about this kind of information that would have saved me a lot of time. Maybe if I would have brought a shovel for one of these specific jobs in this video, actually, there was a bunch of charcoal, a bunch of concrete put at the bottom of this trash can that was stuffed in there that was actually hardened after it had been there for so long, and if I would have brought a shovel, I could have crushed this can instead of it taking me as long as it did. And in this space, you're going to learn a lot of things. You guys, if you're trying to start a trash can cleaning business, you are a trendsetter. You're a front runner in a service that is not very widely known, not very widely offered. In this case, people are going to be extremely skeptical of you. People are going to want the most convenient conversations possible. So if you want to land jobs, you want to land leads, be extremely careful on your price points. Do not try to charge people too much money, because trust me, there is a fine line. Also, customers are going to assume you don't have a crazy operation, so don't try to bring a bunch of crazy stuff and waste a ton of your money because you can use the customer's utilities. And lastly, do not ask too many questions. I know it's going to be beneficial for you to know more information, but the more stuff you ask customers, the less convenient it becomes and you lose the job. And if you can't land and retain customers for a decent period of time, you can't make any money with your business, no matter how much equipment, no matter what you have. A lot of my subscribers have been struggling to get more customers or even their first customer, but I developed my own lead strategy that has gotten me my first $10,000 in jobs. And good news, my course is completely finished. If you guys want to learn my strategy of how I've gotten $10,000 in free leads that I can continue to service day after day after day, there is now a number that you can contact. Listen, the course is not going to be for free. I give away a lot of good information on this channel, but if you want to take your business to the next level, or you're thinking about starting a business but you don't know how to get customers, in this course I'm going to teach you how not to get scammed, how to get thousands of dollars in free customers that you can service on and on and on, also how to talk to customers and make sure that you sell your service quickly and efficiently with my own personal messages that I've had with customers. You guys can contact this number up here, and if you send me the word strategy, we're going to get you set up immediately. Alright, and you guys, it is extremely unfortunate the fact that trash can cleaning kind of has to be the way that it is. I think there's a lot of things in every kind of business, every kind of service business that I've actually started, whether it was, you know, trash can cleaning, lawn care, mobile detailing, the snowball stand, everything. There's always going to be your give and take. Price points especially is always something that people are very finicky about. There's always going to be something where people are like, you know what, that's a little bit too much money, no matter what you're doing. Even whenever I was flipping stuff on Facebook, if I was flipping my car, if I was trying to flip just any other thing that like I would post up. I recently flipped the mini fridge, right? The difficulty is that people are going to undercut you no matter what your price is. And I have a main rule pretty much: if anyone ever tries to negotiate the price with me, I don't do that. I don't do any negotiations. If you don't like my price, you don't have to do the job. Obviously, if you're extremely desperate, just set a price point that people are not going to be ungrateful about. Now, you're going to have people, no matter what, I said this a couple videos ago and in a short recently, you are going to have people that are unhappy no matter how good the service quality is, no matter how easy and how good the price is. The customers are always going to find one little thing to have a problem with, and they might assume that blah, 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 this shouldn't be this much amount of money because of this. You left off this. You maybe should offer this too. There's 100 million different services, whether it's in mobile detailing or trash can cleaning. There's a ton of different ways that you can clean a car. There's a ton of different ways you can clean a trash can. Now, the fun part is that trash can cleaning, it's impossible to mess up. There's not 100 ways to mess up a trash can cleaning. It's always going to be a little bit better than when it started. Now, I could spill some crazy stuff on a customer's seats, or I could even get bleach on a customer's car seats and destroy their car, but I would not do that. You need to find your way to make this opportunity the best situation that it can be for you. So take the couple things that I give you, especially in all the videos that I'm going to give you. Also, just servicing so many different customers, even if it's not in trash can cleaning, I know what customers want to hear and what customers don't want to hear. One of the craziest things to me, and I had to put it in the video, is that people are not grateful for questions. People do not like you poking around trying to get more information because they know the price is probably going to go up. So whenever somebody's texting me, hey, can you come out and clean my truck today at 3 p.m.? Well, I'm going to say, all right, well, you know, do you have this? Do you already have pets? Do you have blah, 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 blah? Are there stains? Are there this? Are there that? Where are you located? People don't want to give you that information because they know the price is going to keep getting bumped up. But all that does is you lose the job. So it's difficult, and it's a fine line, like I love to say, that you're going to have to ride in between. And when you find it, great, you're going to get set right in between it, and you're going to know, hey, I can kind of charge up here or I can charge down here. If you have a customer that you think is extremely good, extremely easy, they live in a great area, they're going to be somebody who's going to probably be recurring, they're going to tip you well, go for it. Shoot them a lower price because this is someone that you want to hold on to. If you get a tough customer, you can tell in the way they're messaging you. You can view their profile. You can view any kind of way that they message you, any kind of way that you can see who they are. Maybe through their address, through where they live, you can look at their house, their surroundings. You can get a great idea for where you're going to go and what you're going to have to do, that you can throw the customer a price. If you don't want to keep them, you know that line that you're going to cross. And if you get the job, great. High risk, high reward. But if you want to make sure that you're landing a customer, you get a great customer, most ideal person, low risk, high reward. You end up getting the job, and the risk is that, you know, you might not make as much money as you want because you had to hit them with a lower price, but you wanted to guarantee the job because one job at a cheaper price coming up is making you more money on that second job than it is to do this one job for this amount of money, especially because you're building credibility and now you're building rapport with customers. This isn't just you being familiar with them being familiar with you. Now you're a person to them. You're somebody that they know, that somebody they laugh with, somebody that they paid money to, somebody that offers them a serious service. They look at you like you're a business owner and like you're an actual person, rather than, hey, just come clean my trash can tomorrow and then you're done with me, never speak to me again. And once you're at that point, all these three little levels are out the window, they're gone. You can now up your prices a little bit. You can now be a little more lenient with asking questions because the customer knows you. So once people are fresh, you got to put them between in a box, whether they're in the middle and you shoot them at like a super average answer, quote, everything, Or they're a really great customer you want to land, or they're a garbage customer, you don't care if you land them or not. If you get that one job, great, you know it's one and done.